Welcome back, you beautiful bizarre people, to the Brew the Bizarre podcast. I'm your host, Mickey, and sitting across from me, probably already seeing hidden messages in my coffee foam, is the one and only Brewski.
Mickey, man. It's not just coffee foam, it's a glyph. It's a sign. It's telling us. Wait, I think it's telling us about tonight's topic. And it's a good one. A real good one.
Oh, it's good, all right. It's the kind of topic that makes you wonder if our phones are just glorified brick pics or if they're actually portals to the spirit world. Today, we're asking the million-dollar question, are ghost hunting apps fake? Or are they just really, really bad at helping you find Casper?
Fake? Mickey, come on, man. Fake is a strong word. Misunderstood, perhaps. Deliberately mislabeled by the powers that be, absolutely. But fake? Nah. These apps, they're tapping into something, I'm telling you.
Tapping into something. Like my wallet when I paid $1.99 for Spirit Radar Pro, only for it to tell me there's a grumpy spirit named Agnes currently occupying my fridge? I mean, I do have a grumpy spirit named Agnes in my fridge, but she's just my roommate, and she's out of beer.
See, that's just it. It's picking up on the residual energy. Agnes's frustration with the lack of beer, it's a powerful emotion, man. These apps, they're not just random number generators. They're using the internal sensors of your phone, the EMF, the accelerometers, the magnetometers, to detect fluctuations in energy fields. Energy fields, Mickey, that spirits operate in.
Or they're detecting when I accidentally bump my phone against the counter, or when my fridge compressor kicks on. You know, actual measurable physical phenomena. My phone also tells me I'm walking 10,000 steps a day, and half the time I'm just aggressively shaking it in my pocket, trying to get rid of a lint demon.
But what if those physical phenomena are exactly what spirits use to manifest? What if that lint demon is actually a low-level poltergeist trying to get your attention? You're too quick to dismiss it as coincidence, man. Everything is connected. Everything has a frequency.
Okay, so you're telling me my iPhone, which sometimes struggles to keep a Wi-Fi signal in my own bathroom, is capable of communing with the dead? That seems like a stretch, even for Cupertino.
It's not about the phone communing, it's about the phone detecting. Think about it, man. Our phones are incredibly sophisticated devices. What if the manufacturers, or those who truly control the flow of information, are intentionally downplaying their true capabilities? What if these ghost apps are a way to slowly acclimate us to the idea that there's more to reality than we're told, without giving away the real tech? They give us the toy version while they're using the quantum spirit bridge, you know?
So, Apple is secretly building a spirit portal into every iPhone, and they're just letting some random developer put out an app that uses it for 99 cents? Sounds like a terrible business model. I'd expect a monthly subscription for crossing over.
Exactly! It's a controlled release, Mickey. They're testing the waters. See how many people believe it, how many people dismiss it as a game. It's data collection, man, on a cosmic scale. They're watching us, watching them. It's all part of the grand plan to prepare us for something bigger.
So, my phone isn't just listening to my conversations to sell me more ads for cat food. It's also listening for whispers from the other side, and then sending that data back to...
The deep state Ghostbusters? Honestly, I feel like if ghosts really wanted to talk to us, they'd just hack into TikTok and do a spooky dance challenge. Far more effective, you know? You laugh, but what if they are doing that? What if those viral videos of unexplained phenomena are actually spirits trying to break through the digital veil, and these apps are just the first step in our personal devices becoming full-fledged paranormal communication hubs?
Okay, but let's talk about the actual mechanics. Most of these apps claim to detect EMF, right? Electromagnetic fields. Every electronic device emits EMF. Your microwave, your TV, your neighbor's electric toothbrush, even your own body. So, if an app is picking up high EMF, it could just be because I'm standing next to my router, not because some spectral entity is trying to tell me where it hid the remote.
But the fluctuations, Mickey, it's about the sudden, inexplicable spikes. Ghosts, spirits, entities, they manipulate energy. They draw from it, they create it. If your phone's EMF detector suddenly goes wild in an empty room, that's not your router, man. That's a spirit saying, hey, I'm here, and I'm not leaving until you find my remote.
Or it's a software glitch. Or your phone just decided to have a little seizure. I mean, my phone drops calls in the middle of a perfect signal sometimes. You think it's immune to misreadings when it's looking for invisible energy?
That's what they want you to think. They want you to dismiss it as a glitch, as user error. It's classic gaslighting, man. Make you doubt your own senses, doubt your own technology, so you don't question the official narrative. The government, the corporations, they don't want us talking to ghosts. Think about the intel the dead could spill, all the secrets they know from beyond the grave.
You think the ghosts are holding on to top-secret government documents from beyond the grave? I always assumed they were just trying to figure out how to operate light switches and mess with our Wi-Fi. It's a power move, you know, when the router goes down right when you're about to stream your favorite show. Definitely a ghost.
Of course they are. What if JFK is still out there, communicating through an EVP app, trying to tell us the real truth about the grassy knoll, but all we get is back and to the left?
Ah, the old EVP recordings, electronic voice phenomena, where random white noise turns into a clear, albeit usually ominous message. My favorite is when they sound like they're talking through a tin can, and the message is always, "Get out!" Very original. You know, I've tried those, and honestly, half the time it sounds like my neighbor's dog trying to sing opera. Or me, after a few too many IPAs.
But that's how they communicate, Mickey. They can't just yell. It takes energy. They have to manipulate ambient noise, radio frequencies. It's subtle, it's difficult. And our brains, they're designed to find patterns, even in chaos. So when we hear a voice, it's not just pareidolia, it's our subconscious picking up on something real that's hidden in the static. That's where the apps come in, helping us isolate those frequencies.
Pareidolia. I actually think that's a huge part of it. Our brains are hardwired to see faces in toast, figures in clouds, and hear words in static. It's why we anthropomorphize everything. So when an app generates random noise and you're told to listen for voices, your brain will find them, whether they're there or not. It's like when you're desperate for a date and suddenly everyone looks like a potential partner. Your brain fills in the gaps, you know what I'm saying?
But the consistency, man, the times when multiple people hear the same message, or when specific words are picked up that relate directly to the supposed spirit in the location. You can't just dismiss that as brain tricks every time. What about the apps that use dictionaries, the so-called spirit boxes, that cycle through words and claim spirits select them?
Ah, the old spirit box apps. My absolute favorite. They scroll through words, and sometimes a spirit magically highlights knife or death or hungry, which honestly sounds like my Tinder profile description after a bad breakup. It's usually a random word generator, designed to create a sense of eeriness. And if you're in a haunted location, your brain's already primed to connect those random words to the spooky atmosphere.
But what if it's more than random? What if the app, through its constant scanning of frequencies, is actually picking up on the intent of a spirit, and then highlighting words that resonate with that intent? It's not just words, Mickey, it's consciousness trying to communicate. And they, the shadow government, the deep state, they're terrified of us making direct contact. They want to control the narrative, even the post-mortem narrative.
So, the ghost of an old sea captain is using my phone to tell me he wants a rum and coke? And the government is like, no, don't let them know the sea captain wants a rum and coke. It'll destabilize the global beverage market. I gotta tell you, Brewski, sometimes I think the only thing these apps are doing is detecting how much I've had to drink when I try to use them.
Don't joke about it, man. The global beverage market is controlled by a shadowy cabal. And what if spirits could reveal the secret ingredients, the real truth behind Coca-Cola? It's all connected, I'm telling you. These apps are just a small peek behind the curtain, a digital breadcrumb trail.
A breadcrumb trail that leads to the App Store, usually. Look, I want to believe. I really do. The idea of getting a spectral sext from a Victorian-era ghost would be pretty wild, you know? But every time I try one of these apps, I get nothing but static, or hello, in a voice that sounds suspiciously like my own internal monologue.
Maybe you're not open enough, Mickey. You're too focused on the rational, on what they want you to believe. You have to approach it with an open mind, a willingness to accept the unconventional. The spirits can sense skepticism, man. They're shy, they're like cats. You gotta earn their trust.
So, I need to leave out a bowl of milk from my iPhone and whisper sweet nothings to it? Come on, little EMF detector. Tell Mickey where the hot Victorian ghost ladies are hiding. I feel like that might get me some strange looks from Agnes, my roommate, who is still looking for beer.
It's about intention, Mickey. If you go into it thinking it's all fake, you'll only find what you expect. But if you truly open yourself up to the possibility, if you believe that these phones, these ubiquitous devices in our pockets, can be more than just communication tools, that's when the real magic happens. That's when you might actually get a response from something beyond.
Okay, so let's say, for the sake of argument, that these apps do detect something, some kind of energy. How do we know it's a ghost and not just a weird energy anomaly, or a cosmic burp, or my own existential dread manifesting as a fluctuating EMF reading? I mean, my existential dread is pretty powerful.
Because it's intelligent, man. The responses are often contextual. You ask a question, you get a relevant answer. That's not random. That's a conscious entity. And who's to say what a ghost truly is anyway? It could be a residual consciousness, an echo of a life lived, or even a different dimension bleeding into ours. These apps are the crude instruments to measure that bleed through.
That's an image. I appreciate the visual, Brewski, really. But it does make me wonder about the developers. Are they just trying to make a quick buck off our spooky desires, or are they unknowingly or knowingly part of this grand reveal of interdimensional communication?
Both, man. Some are just trying to cash in, absolutely. But others, the real innovators, they've stumbled onto something. And the government, or the secret societies behind the government, they're either shutting them down, buying them out, or subtly influencing their development to keep it contained, to keep it watered down for the masses. Think about it, man. What if a ghost app led you to undeniable proof of the moon landing being faked, or that Bigfoot is actually a government experiment?
Okay, now you're talking about Bigfoot using a ghost app to reveal government secrets. My brain is going to melt. I'm thinking, at best, these apps are like a digital Ouija board, a fun, slightly spooky parlor trick that's more about your own psychological projection than actual spiritual contact. But hey, if it helps you connect with your inner spook, go for it.
But Ouija boards are real, Mickey. They're ancient tools for communication, and these apps are just the modern evolution. They're democratizing paranormal investigation, making it accessible to everyone. No longer do you need fancy equipment or a medium with a crystal ball. You just need your phone, and an open mind, and maybe a tinfoil hat, just in case the government tries to jam the signals.
A tinfoil hat and a phone. Now there's a fashion statement. Look, I'm not saying there's no possibility of something out there. I believe in the weird, the unexplained. But I also believe in Occam's razor, which usually points to a software bug or me just being easily spooked. What I do know is that it makes for some great stories, and it's a fun way to feel like you're doing something mysterious, even if you're just waving your phone around your dark basement.
Exactly. It's the thrill of the unknown, the potential, and even if 99% of it is explainable, that 1%, that's where the truth lies. That's where the veil is thin. And these apps, for all their supposed flaws, are a window into that 1%.
A window that mostly shows me ads for mobile games and asks if I want to upgrade to premium for enhanced spirit detection. But I hear you, Brewski. The allure is undeniable. The idea that your everyday device holds the key to the afterlife? That's compelling stuff. So for those of you out there downloading Ghost Communicator 5000, just remember, if it tells you the spirit wants your credit card number, it's probably just a scammer from the other side. Or, a very clever government operative.
Or a ghost who's had its inheritance tied up in bureaucratic red tape for centuries, man. You never know. Keep an open mind, keep your devices charged, and don't trust anything they tell you. Stay stirred.
Don't trust anything they tell you, but definitely trust us here on the Brew the Bizarre podcast. We'll keep bringing you the strangest, spookiest, and most conspiracy-laden topics out there. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, if your phone suddenly starts playing creepy music in the middle of the night, it's either a ghost or you forgot to turn off your alarm. Either way, get out of bed. There's bizarre stuff to discover. Disclaimer, Brew the Bizarre is an entertainment podcast that explores mysteries, folklore, paranormal claims, conspiracy theories, historical events, and unusual topics. While we strive to present information in good faith, we do not independently verify every claim, source, or story discussed. Opinions expressed on this show are those of the host and are intended for discussion and entertainment purposes only. Some information may be incomplete, outdated, speculative, or inaccurate, or based on folklore, and/or personal stories, and/or accounts. Listeners are encouraged to conduct their own research and draw their own conclusions. Brew the Bizarre is intended for entertainment purposes only.